Hi guys, back with me again, Aji Kurniawan Yusuf. In this video, I will give you the introduction how to use SPSS. SPSS, it is statistical package for social science. It is one of common statistical software to conduct statistical analysis. In this video, I will give you overview about what SPSS is, how to operate SPSS, how to import the data, and analyze descriptive statistics. The SPSS software that I would like to use is SPSS 27. For the other version, the features are more or less the same. This is the look of SPSS. In the bottom left side, you can see there are two options, the data view and also the variable view. The data view is where your data is located. So in this data view, later on you will see all of your data. While in the variable view, you have to list all the variables that you will input in the data view. So before you input the data view, you have to input first the variable view. I will explain the variable view column by column. The first column is name. You need to write down the name of the variable in the name column. However, in this section, you are not allowed to use space. For example, I have 4 variables that needs to be inputted. The first one is name, the second one is gender, the third one is student's height, and the fourth one is student's weight. So I have to input in the name column. The first one is name, the second one is gender, the third one is student's height. Remember, you are not allowed to use space, so I can give underscore here. And then student's weight. Right. The next one is type. You determine the type of the variable. If I click here, there are several options of the variables types. There are numeric, comma, dot, scientific notation, date, dollar, custom currency, string, restricted, numeric. But the most common variable types are numeric and also string. Numeric is used if your variable is in the form of number, while for string is used if your variable is in the form of alphabet. Name variable will be in the form of alphabet, therefore I use string. For gender, actually it is string as well because it consists of male or female. However, I can use number as the representation. For example, for male I will use 0, for female I will use 1. Therefore, for gender I choose numeric. For student height and also student's weight, it is numeric as well. The next one is width. Width here is the maximum character you can input in each variable. What is character? For example, in the name variable, I want to input Dani. Dani here consists of D, A, and I. 4 characters. So maximum characters that you can input is the width. If you have name that is more than 8 characters, if the width set is 8, so you cannot input the whole character. Therefore, you can change the width. For example, for the name I will change into 12. The next column is decimal. It is the number of decimal you can input. For string variables, since it is alphabet, it is impossible to put decimal. It will be automatically 0. While for gender, student's height, and student's weight, you can choose how many decimal places that could be entered in the data view. After that, label. As I mentioned previously, in the name section, you cannot give any space. In the label section, you put the display name of the variables. So later on, you will conduct statistical analysis. This analysis will give you the output of the analysis. The variable's name that will appear in the output is the variable's name that you have put in the label. In this label section, you can give space. For example, this is name, this is gender, this is student's height, and this is student's weight. How if you do not fill the label? So the variable name that will be displayed in the output is the variable name from the name column. How about values? You cannot fill the values if your type of variable is string, so you can only fill it if the data is numeric. Values here should be inputted if the number you input in the data view is the representation. For example, gender variable, I will put 0 and 1. 0 is for male, 1 is for female. So I have to input the values column. In the gender, I will click. So for the value 0, it will be male. I will add it. For value 1, it will be female. I will add it. Then OK. For the other variables that represents the real number, you don't need to fill the values column. The next one is missing. This section is used when you want to create rule to delete several missing value from the analysis. The next one is column. It will represent the width of the column. If you can see, the width of the column are 8 points. So all the columns will be in the same width. How if I change the name width become 12? You will see that the name column will be wider compared to the other column. Align here represents the alignment of the data. Usually for the string variable, it will be aligned left, while for numeric variable, it will be aligned right. But you can reset the default. The next one is measure. I have explained about the measure in What is Statistic video. There are 4 types of measure. The first one is nominal, the second one is ordinal, the third one is interval, and the fourth one is ratio. Nominal represents the categorical variable that you cannot rank in order. While for ordinal, it is the categorical variable that you can rank in order. So the number do not represent the real value of the number. For interval and also ratio, it is the quantitative variable. In SPSS measure, there are only 3 options: nominal, ordinal, and scale. This scale represents interval and also ratio. If the type of the data is string, your option will be only nominal or ordinal. There will be no scale. So the name is nominal. Gender is also nominal. It is impossible for you to put the gender in order. Which one is better, male or female? You cannot put it in order. Student's height, of course, it is scale because it is ratio. And also student's weight, it will be scale as well. Now let's see the data view. Your column here has been set, so you need to input the data. For example, I have my data in Microsoft Excel. Well, this is a trick for you. Actually, it is better for you to type the data first in the Microsoft Excel, so later on you can directly copy the data from Excel to SPSS. So I have typed the data in the Microsoft Excel. Then I will block the data here. And then I will copy. Okay, I will go to SPSS, put it in the first cell. Then I will paste. You can use Ctrl+V for Windows or Command+V, or you can also use Edit Paste. So all of your data will be pasted here. You can see here that the number of decimal will be 2 as you have set previously. For the gender variable, you have set the value. If it is 0, it is male. If it is 1, then it is female. You can convert it into alphabet and reconvert it into number using these tools. Value labels. If I click this, the gender will change into categorical, male and female. If I click it again, it will be changed into number. Do you get the idea, right? By the way guys, you can actually directly import the Excel data. When you want to input the Excel data, you don't need to fill the variable view first. Okay, what you need is importing the Excel data first. This is the way. File, import data, Excel, then choose the Excel workbook that you want to import. Okay, open. Alright, you choose the sheet. My sheet will be the sheet 1. And then if the first row is the variable name, you can tick this. Read variable name from the first row of the data. Okay, and then don't forget to tick this other two. Percentage of values that determine the data type is 95. Ignore hidden rows and column. It is used to ignore all the hidden row and column. The hidden rows and also column will not be inputted. And then OK. All the data will directly be inputted. Now you can see in the variable view, it will be automatically filled. But you need to check it again. You can see here the label column still blank, right? The values column for the gender hasn't been filled yet. Okay. In the Microsoft Excel, I use only height and also weight. It's okay as well. Again, you don't have to fill the labels column. If you don't fill it, what will be displayed in the output is what you put in the name column. For the values, if you want to input 0 and 1, it's okay. 0 is male and 1 is female. Okay. For the other column has been correct. So it is more simple, right? After the data has been inputted, in this session, I will give you understanding how to analyze descriptive statistics. So you go to Analyze tabs, Descriptive Statistics. There are several options that you can choose. I will explain to you several options only. The first one is frequency. Frequency is used if you want to create frequency distribution. What is the form of frequency distribution? Let's try together. I will click frequency and then you can move the variables to the right if you want to create frequency table or frequency distribution table for that variable. For example, gender and also height. Don't forget to tick display frequency tables and OK. This is the example of frequency distribution table. It will give you the understanding how many frequency for each value inputted in that variable. For gender, there are only 2, male and also female. From 25 data, number of male is 13, number of female is 12. For the height, it ranges from 158 up to 180. And this is the number of frequency for each value. You can find the percentage as well, the valid percentage and also the cumulative percentage. The cumulative percentage is the total percentage from the beginning. For this cumulative percentage, you can find 4 plus 8. For this cumulative percentage, it can be found from 12 plus 4. For this, 16 plus 4 and so on. So in the frequency, you can get frequency distribution table. Let's try the other option. Analyze descriptive statistics and descriptive. It is used to find the descriptive statistics. So descriptive, move to the right the variables that you want to know the descriptive statistic. For example, I move gender and also height. Well, you can only choose the numeric variable. Therefore, the name variable will not be listed here. After you move, press OK. You can see here for the gender, we can note the n, the number of the sample, the minimum value, the maximum value, the mean, and also the standard deviation. For the height, it is listed as well the n, minimum, maximum, mean, and also standard deviation. By the way, actually you can get more complete analysis. So actually, when you press analyze descriptive statistics and also descriptive, after you move all the variables, for example, I will include the weight as well, you can open option. So you can tick the other variables that you want to know. So you can tick the other measurement that you want to know. For example, I want to add the variance, range, and also standard error mean. Okay, continue, then okay. It will be more complete. That is an range, minimum, maximum, mean statistic and standard error, standard deviation statistic, and variance statistic. In this part, you cannot find the median, right? But you can find the median in the other part. So, I will teach you the other option. Analyze, descriptive, and explore. You can choose, for example, gender, height, and also weight. Move it to the right, and then OK. So, in this part, you will get more complete descriptive statistics data. There is mean, 95% confidence interval for mean, 5% trim mean, and then median, variance, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, range, interquartile range, and also skewness and also kurtosis. Skewness measures the symmetry of the data. It tells you if most of your data points are on one side of the average or in the middle or the other. If they are mostly on the left, it is called as negative skewness. If they are mostly on the right, it is positive skewness. Kurtosis describes how your data is shaped. If it is really peak in the middle and has thin tails, it is called as leptokurtic. If it is flatter and has wider tail, it is platykurtic. If it is more or less normal, it is mesokurtic. So skewness is about which side your data leans toward, and kurtosis is about how much your data spread out or concentrates in the middle. You can see here the skewness of the gender is 0.085, so it is positively skewed. While for the height, the skewness is minus 0.179. It is negatively skewed. The last one, I would like to explain to you about crosstab. Crosstab is used to create contingency table, so the combination table between two variables. So this is what the output will be. Again, analyze descriptive statistic, choose crosstab. You choose two variables. The first variable will be located in the row, and the other variable will be located in the first column. For example, you want to create contingency table for gender and height. You can choose height in the row, gender in the column, for example, and then OK. You can see the cross tabulation or the contingency table between gender and also height. You can know how many males that has height 158. You can know how many female that has height 158, and so on. It will make you easier to understand the data. Is it clear, right?